Many times in life, we tend to escape from our responsibilities of life. For me, it was video games, and for my friends, it was weed. It gets to the point where you begin to drift day by day until I realized enough was enough. I was sick of making the same mistakes over and over again. I have nothing to show for it, and I felt like it was hard to hold myself accountable. I turned to journaling as an antidote to my problems. I've been journaling every day for more than 5 years now. I'm safe to say I think I know something about writing. I started journaling back in high school around 2018. And what got me into journaling was a book by Tim Ferriss called Two for Titans. And in that book, he lays out in one of his chapters gratitude journaling. Back then, I didn't know what gratitude journaling was, but I remember trying it, and I'm not gonna lie, I did not like it. So I didn't want to give up journaling at that time because I understood the benefits and I understood what a lot of people were saying journaling can do for you. And I think journaling for me was the best option because it gave me an outlet to write to instead of like expressing that emotion on somebody. I had that emotion to express in the paper. As time went by, I just started picking up journals. I started picking up journals like this. What I was writing at the time was ideas, books, anything to get my brain churning. And from there, I started to realize how fun journaling was when I made it my own rules. So I started to realize that there's a lot of things that are difficult to do in a self-improvement space because it's difficult to make the rules into your favor. For example, some people just don't like cold showers. For me, a lot of people, what they do is they work up to get to a cold shower. So technically, you're still hitting the cold shower. Journaling helped my mental health because it helped me deal with certain problems and dilemmas throughout my life because I always had to objectively look at it from the paper and where to go from there. So as I'm writing in my book and paper, I realized that at the end, I'm gonna need a solution to why I'm feeling the way I'm feeling. From there, I realized that certain problems didn't bother me how it bothered other people. For example, some of my friends that felt alone, I just realized that I never felt alone because I always had something to look forward to and I always had something that I could express if I ever felt alone, if you know what I mean. If I write in my journal I'm alone, I can ask myself why. Some people don't really ask themselves why when they're talking to themselves or hearing a dialogue in their mind. The number one thing I like journaling, what it did for me, was confidence. It gave me confidence that I could actually be consistent and disciplined in a habit. For example, every other habit, if we're talking about corn, if we're talking about waking up early, if we're talking about cold showers, or we're talking about any other habit, it was harder to do compared to journaling. So journaling gave me the confidence to realize, wow, I could stick to something for a very long time and yield results. And then, for those who don't know the theory of compound interest, of things compounding over days, I started journaling back in 2018. 2018 is gone from here. But day by day, I have books upon books of journals. And I think doing something consistently, no matter how small, will start to compound before you even realize it. Then from developing the confidence that I could write for a long period of time, it made me realize, okay, since journaling is my foundation, what other habits should I stack on top of it? So I was able to write in my journal what habit I want to develop, how long I want to develop the app. Did I just say app? And after understanding that I developed some consistent manner with journaling, it made me understand that I could develop other habits like that. So I will write in my journal what habit I wanted to develop, how long I wanted to develop it, and what the outcome would be afterwards. And then I just started snowballing effect and doing that to other habits. Yes, I will still be human and break some habits like everyone. And then I realized that when I have it in an objective sense, it just felt more easier to plan through and jump and leap into the habit. I know a lot of men feel that they're alone at sometimes and they have nobody to talk to. They can't talk to their wife. They're afraid of their friends judging them. They're afraid of many of things. So you just hold that pain, anger, and all that emotion inside of you. And to be frank, that is not healthy. I wasn't afraid that anyone would read it because my handwriting was terrible. So for me, it just made me realize that I had something to express my my lowest points and my highest points in my journal. And then when you look back a couple days later, a couple months, maybe years, you look and be like, wow, this is the problem I was suffering through back then. And it gives you a source of strength and resilience. I think for the majority of people looking for journaling, what will be apparent is the transparency that journaling will give you. And when I mean transparency, is it's very easy to deceive yourself and lie to yourself. And with journaling, you're it's almost harder to deceive yourself because you're purposely writing your intentions. So if you're lying on the paper, you're basically lying to your whole self and then lying to your previous past when you read your paper. And I realized that when you're transparent, you get to understand the actual position you are in, regardless of what you're trying to accomplish. And then from there, I just been writing every day because, to be frank, I can't stop it. I enjoy it, and I look forward to doing it every day, no matter how tired I am. Okay, so the big benefit of journaling that helped me and that's gonna help you was able to understand what I wanted to do with my life and write out every single detail, every single word, and don't miss out a single word. Because then, when you look back on them pages 2, 3 years later, it gives you like a sense of direction of where you're going, just in case you ever get lost in the future. And then, since we know we can't change the past, at least you could look at something and say you were doing something in this time period. It gives you a sort of foundation to realize, wow, I was thinking in the right place probably back then. From being crystal clear on your goal and how you're going to execute them, drilling made me realize that it was all a matter of action and preparation. The pages started compounding daily, 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 and until you realize that you have something, until you realize that you can't stop. Now, I know you guys got some objections that I'm going to answer for you. Is journaling worth it? If you feel like you need to, okay, I'm going to tell you if journaling is worth it or not. If you feel like you need something or someone to express yourself, if you need to unlock thoughts in your head that you don't know how to unlock, if you want to reduce stress and mental health, journaling is worth for any individual. Okay, let me say that again. If you want to understand if journaling is worth it for you, do you feel like you have no one to express how you're feeling to, or you don't feel comfortable sharing what you're feeling to somebody? Journaling is the option for you. And I think for any individual, journaling is worth it. There's so many different methods for a specific niche for journaling. And my take, in my opinion, is to find which one works for you and then stick for it for 30 days. Afterwards, you can measure your progress and see what you have that's tangible. For place, figure out when you're gonna write, what time of day it is. Is it before work, after work, once you wake up, once you get out of bed, at the end of the day? For me personally, I like to write when I'm finished with everything and I'm about to go to bed. So I have everything to write about my day. And consistency. Literally, that's all you need to write. Find style, place, and consistency. One page will just keep being one page until you realize time passed. As much as I don't know what else to say. And then you realize how consistent you were with journaling. And then it gives you like inner confidence knowing you stuck for something for almost 5 years straight. Now here are examples of building the habit. You wake up, you grab your journal, and start writing about what catches your attention until you are content of that you're finished writing. Or What mine is doing what entails for the day and then writing about everything I've seen in my day in my journal.